Hey everybody, it's Jordan here, and we're back with my 8-month hormone replacement therapy update. So 8 months would have officially been yesterday, November 28th, but I didn't end up coming home from work and recording a video like I had anticipated because I had a much less exciting day than anticipated at my first day on the job with this production facility that I was going to be working at. So anyway, yeah, I experienced a lot of discrimination and harassment, probably more than one might expect on day one at a new job. So anyway, I'm gonna be filing a complaint with the EEOC, and I will see where that goes. But until then, I'm not going to share any details because, well, I have a little bit more class than those I left behind there. So, that said, we're just going to go and get started with the rest of the HRT update that would have come to you yesterday. So, you see I am wearing a sports bra right now because I started getting a little bit more into exercising again because I have the time to be able to, do things that are healthy for me again now that I'm on leave. So exercising, and that's been, I think, very good for me. It's been a way to just kind of blow off some steam. So, when I got home from work last night, that's one of the first things that I did, other than a lot of crying. But that said, I think it's been going pretty well. I got some resistance bands so that I can do some hip exercises because, of course, I have started HRT too late in the game for my bone structure to be affected at all. So I'm stuck with the broad shoulders and the narrow hips. But there are ways that exercise can help to grow muscles in the right places to add some more curvature the way that I'd like to see it. That said, you might also notice that there's a bit more definition to my breasts. I am wearing a B cup now, which is kind of wild. It's only 8 months in, and I have B cup boobs. I'm very pleased with that. So things are moving in a good direction there. I just took my hormones yesterday, and I can't say that my nipples feel too terribly sore right now. So I can't determine whether or not there's much growth happening at this very moment, but it doesn't feel as tender as normal right now, so I'm assuming that things are a little slower, and that could be to do with the fact that I've had to change formulations of estrogen back to the del estrogen that I had originally started on at the 10 milligram per milliliter concentration, and dosing 4 milligrams a week. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. This was just my second time dosing with this dosage. So can't really tell how that's different from what I was doing previously, but we'll see. After a few weeks, I'm sure I'll be feeling some differences just in how it generally is affecting me. But overall, I feel very good. I feel pretty good about the way that my body is shaping up, and I figured that we might as well just go ahead and do a photo comparison. So I'm going to go ahead and just look at these photos right now, and I'm going to add them into the video later so that we can kind of just talk about them. So the first one that I'm going to pull up is with my body, and I didn't really have much wherewithal about the before photos when I decided to take them, so I just took them in my underwear. So I'm gonna blur out some areas of those pictures. But basically what we're seeing here is a side view of me facing one direction and another direction. But I tried to make everything kind of, to scale, and I'll let you take from this what you will. I won't really describe it too terribly much, but you can see that there's some definite definition to my breasts, and you can see a little bit more curvature along my backside. And certainly like a little bit of my lower belly has filled out a bit, which is to be expected with the way that hormones are going to redistribute the fat around my body. And I'm very pleased with my legs. I feel like, you can't really appreciate them in my leggings here, but they have taken on a lot more of the shape that I would like them to be because so much fat has redistributed there. So we'll go ahead and put that side view away, and let's open up this front view. And here, well, again, it's kind of hard to tell, especially because I don't have these solid backgrounds, but I think that there's definitely more fat collecting around my waist, well, really around my like hips more so than my waist. But I don't know, I feel like a lot about me looks more feminine. Of course, the hair helps. And there's clearly some breasts. So yeah, it's kind of just weird because there are changes that are so obvious yet subtle that I can't even describe. And I think they're mostly to do with my hips and my lower belly and my chest as well. Definitely looks like there's a little less muscle in my arms. Not by much though, but less definition around the shoulders and the biceps. It's kind of hard to tell with my forearms. I don't know. I feel sometimes like they are not getting much smaller, but we'll see. So we'll go ahead and put that picture away too. And let's just take a look here at this face photo. So here we have me just a few days ago versus me like the day after I took my first dose of hormones. So we're talking basically 8 months apart, and there is a world of difference. Not only did I learn how to like shape my eyebrows, and this was pre-tweeze on that photo, so like ignore all the stray hairs that are hanging out over here. We look much better today. But like there are some things that I didn't expect to see. And I don't know if it's because the angle is slightly different. I tried to keep everything as much the same as possible with the conditions under which I took the photo, but I live in a different place now, and this was even taken at my boyfriend's house anyway. So I don't live in the apartment where the first photo was taken, and I was in a new location for that second photo, and they're pretty close. So some obvious differences too are the facial hair. I have so much less facial hair than I did, and I can't even tell you how happy that makes me, because the facial hair is like the one thing that I hate the most, because shaving causes so much irritation for me and so much pain on my neck and my throat area down here. So having not shaved basically for the last, I don't know, few days at least, but it feels like almost a week, I feel pretty good. Like my skin is really clear. The only patch where there's hair growing right now is actually like right around here. Yeah, right here. And it doesn't even show up too much on camera, but like the rest of my face is super hair free, and I am so happy about that. There's also, a little more fullness in my cheeks. I feel like you can see that a lot in this photo with the yellow shirt. And I also have both ears pierced now, so that's a difference. But that's not because of hormones, of course. And then my nose seems narrower. And I don't know if that's true, because right here it looks, wider than it does in that picture. And maybe it's just like the angle. I wasn't wearing any makeup in either of those photos, and I'm not wearing any right now. But I don't know. Anyway, my eyes seem a little brighter. And yeah, I think that about sums it up. Not really seeing any differences in my hairline. Well, I'll leave it to you guys to let me know in the comments. So we'll end it there. And yeah, I hope that this was, a worthwhile video where you guys got to actually see some of what has happened to me over the course of this last 2/3 of a year. And I will see you in the next one. All right. Bye.